We normally think of the saw guard, the upper and lower saw guard, as safety tools designed to keep your fingers attached to your hands. And they are, but they also have other safety features that you may not be aware of. They are extremely effective sawdust collectors. And sawdust, as some of you know, is an extremely potent health hazard. Since the 1970s, there have been publications in all sorts of medical journals on the incidence of white lung disease among carpenters and cabinet makers and other people in the woodworking industry. Sawdust, it turns out, causes all sorts of problems. It can act to affect your skin, your eyes, your nose, your throat, your lungs, even your whole entire system. Most commonly, it acts as an irritant, causing rashes or reactions. If you're exposed to this irritant enough, it becomes a sensitizer, causing allergies or asthma. I once worked with a guy who was so allergic to rosewood that one day I unknowingly cut a piece of rosewood, and I must have been 50 feet away from him, and he immediately broke out in a terrible case of hives. It can cause pneumonitis or alveolitis, which is inflammation of the lungs. And these themselves can be contributing factors to pneumonia, emphysema, and other respiratory diseases. It can cause nausea, malaise. You just feel sick and fluish. It can cause a very rare form of cancer called nasopharyngeal cancer, cancer of the throat and the nose. And finally, it can be a direct toxin, a poison. There's an old story out of history. 2 millennia ago, when Caesar's legions were marching around England trying to colonize it and fighting with the Celts, one of the legions stopped, and the centurions made some canteens out of oleander wood. Oleander has a chemical, it's called an extractive, which is extremely potent heart medication, very close to digitalis. Of course, if you don't need to take this medication, it's a poison. And so after a day or so of drinking wood from the oleander canteens, the legion was dead, much to the amusement of the Celts. It doesn't have to be an exotic wood species, oleander, either. It can be something as common as white oak, cedar, walnut. All of these will cause different sorts of reactions and pose different but very real dangers to your health. So, when we designed the saw guard, we made it as effective as possible at capturing this sawdust. In fact, this system is so effective that if you were to use the saw without attaching the lower chute to a dust collector, 80% of the sawdust will still be caught in this box and will shoot out the chute and down onto the floor instead of into the air where you might breathe it in. And not only can you use the saw guard system on which comes with the 510 and the 520, by the way, not only can you use it on with the saw blade, you can also use it with the disc sander, the molder, the dado cutter, almost any of our accessories that mount on the drive shaft and are meant to be used horizontally. Now, if you would like to have a chart of the wood species that are known to be toxic or to cause health problems, we've put one right on the blackboard. It's to my left, your right, over there. Just scroll down and you can download it free of charge. And if this interests you, if you'd like to know some of the other safety features we've built into the 510 or the 520, You can find them in this video, DVD. It's called Upgrading the Shopsmith Mark V 500 to 510 to 520, and for a short time it's free with the order of any one of our upgrade packages, either the 510 or the 520. I'm Nick Engler, Director of the Shopsmith National Woodworking Academy, and I'm still breathing freely. Keep your corners square.